Well, I bought this lathe, and I was told the old man I got it from, the lathe and the milling machine actually, said it's a 9-inch lathe, right? And he had it set up. I got a nice table for it with like real nice cast iron legs and like a bowling alley top. But he goes, it's 9-inch lathe. I go, oh, okay. I didn't think anything of it. He didn't have a lot of things set up for it. He didn't have the tool post set up for it. The taper attachment was in a box, and I put it all together. And I grabbed this steady rest, and sure enough, it is a 9-inch steady rest. But do you see a problem there? This is actually a 10-inch lathe. So I was like, I guess I could sell the steady rest. They are like worth like $200. Sell it on eBay and get a 10-inch. And I'm like, what am I talking about? I got a lathe and a milling machine. Why don't I just make a spacer for it? Right? Make a spacer for it so then I can keep the 9-inch. Of course, I didn't have half-inch stock, so I'm a quarter-inch high there. But I can just deck this off. I might even deck it off and match the that's a half-inch 45-degree angle of the lathe way. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But just wanted to make sure that that's going to fit, and it definitely will. Because I got a bunch of plans of what I'm going to do here. Well, once I get this thing out of here, I'm going to get some new fingers for it with the little roller bearings on it. I know they mark up whatever you're working on, but I'm going to be working on steel, so it won't really matter. And I'm going to have to refinish and re-blue the barrels. I'm going to do a couple barrel stubs for a handy rifle. And if you don't know what a barrel stub is, it's where you, well, I buy police, when police confiscate guns, they turn them into a company that will destroy them. And one of the companies is called Gunbusters. They destroy the receivers, but they keep like the barrel and the trigger and all the other non-serialized parts. And they typically want a lot of money for them. They sell the parts kit for pretty much what the gun is worth, except for short barreled shotguns. Like if you have a sawed off shotgun, they'll sell you that sawed off little section of barrel for nothing. Because there's really nothing you can do with it, except like, say this is the sawed off barrel, you have the barrel and the chamber. I cut the chamber and the lug out, and you bore it out, thread it, and then you thread a new rifle barrel into it. You know, cut it and headspace it and everything. So I get these, I think I won like 4 of them for an opening bid of like $19 for the barrel, the stock, and all the parts. So I'm going to barrel stub a couple of barrels with this. But to do it, you need a steady rest. Or, yeah. So this also has a follow rest too, but steady rest would be preferred because I'll probably chamber it out here. Because the bore is only 3/4 inch. And yeah, the one barrel blank I have is 1.25 inches. So I'm gonna either have to do it between centers or do it with the steady rest. I'd prefer to do it with the steady rest, but I don't. Then the bronze fingers work fine if you go slow and you keep oil on it. But the roller bearings are just much nicer, and they do leave a little ring on the barrel, but you can clean that up afterwards. No big deal. So yeah, my little snow project for the morning.